Gaslighting is manipulation of perception and reality. Its attributes are deception, confusion, psychological control, denial, often use symbols, flickering light, mask, mirror. Gaslighting is a psychological manipulation technique that involves making someone doubt their own perceptions, memories, and sanity. The manipulator uses deception and denial to create confusion and self-doubt in the victim, often to gain power and control over them. In a toxic relationship, Alex constantly tells Jordan that they are imagining things or misremembering events. Over time, Jordan starts to question their own sanity and relies more on Alex's version of reality. This allows Alex to control Jordan's actions and emotions, showcasing the destructive power of gaslighting. Love bombing is manipulation of emotional attachment and dependency. Its attributes are excessive affection, flattery, attention, overwhelm. Often use symbols, heart, bomb, roses. Love bombing is a manipulation technique where the manipulator showers the victim with excessive affection, flattery, and attention to create an emotional dependency. This overwhelming display of love often makes the victim feel special and valued, but it is a strategy to control and manipulate their emotions. When Sarah meets Mike, he immediately showers her with compliments, gifts, and constant attention. Sarah feels like she's found the perfect partner and quickly becomes emotionally dependent on him. Once Sarah is deeply attached, Mike begins to manipulate her decisions and isolate her from friends and family, revealing the controlling nature of love bombing. Triangulation is manipulation of relationships and alliances. Its attributes are division, comparison, envy, conflict. Often use symbols, triangle, dividing line, mask. Triangulation is a manipulation technique where the manipulator creates conflicts and divisions between individuals by involving a third party. This technique is used to control relationships, create jealousy, and maintain power by playing people against each other. In a workplace, Emma regularly tells John how much better their coworker, Lisa, is at certain tasks, implying that John should strive to be more like Lisa. Meanwhile, Emma tells Lisa that John is jealous of her. This creates tension and competition between John and Lisa, allowing Emma to control both of them and maintain her position of power. Projection is deflection of blame and insecurity. Its attributes are blame shifting, denial, self-deception, accusation. Often use symbols, mirror, shield, reflective surface. Projection is a psychological manipulation technique where the manipulator attributes their own negative qualities, feelings, or behaviors to someone else. This deflection helps the manipulator avoid responsibility and criticism while undermining the victim's self-esteem. A manager, David, frequently misses deadlines and makes mistakes but accuses his employee, Rachel, of being unreliable and incompetent. David's constant criticism makes Rachel doubt her abilities, even though the issues are actually David's own shortcomings. This allows David to avoid scrutiny and maintain his position, illustrating the deflective power of projection. Guilt tripping is manipulation of conscience and obligation. Its attributes are shame, responsibility, obligation, emotional blackmail. Often use symbols, chain, tears, weighing scale. Guilt tripping is a manipulation technique that involves making the victim feel responsible for the manipulator's suffering or unhappiness. The manipulator uses guilt to control the victim's actions and decisions, often making them feel obligated to comply with their demands. Karen frequently tells her friend, Laura, how lonely and miserable she feels whenever Laura spends time with other friends. Karen's constant expressions of sadness and disappointment make Laura feel guilty, leading her to prioritize Karen over her other friendships. This demonstrates the controlling nature of guilt tripping. Silent treatment is manipulation of communication and emotional response. Its attributes are withdrawal, isolation, punishment, control. Often use symbols, silent mask, closed door, empty speech bubble. The silent treatment is a manipulation technique where the manipulator deliberately ignores or refuses to communicate with the victim. This withdrawal of communication is used as a form of punishment and control, creating feelings of isolation and anxiety in the victim. After a minor disagreement, Tom stops talking to his partner, Alice, and ignores her attempts to resolve the issue. The silence lasts for days, causing Alice to feel anxious and desperate for reconciliation. Tom eventually ends the silent treatment when Alice agrees to his terms, illustrating how the silent treatment can be used to manipulate and control. Gaslighting by proxy is manipulation of external validation and confusion. Its attributes are collusion, third-party involvement, reinforcement, deception. Often use symbols, puppeteer, strings, shadow figures. Gaslighting by proxy involves enlisting others to participate in or reinforce the gaslighting, making the victim feel even more isolated and confused. The manipulator uses third parties to validate their version of events, further undermining the victim's sense of reality. John tells several mutual friends that his partner, Maria, is becoming forgetful and irrational. When Maria tries to explain her perspective, the friends, influenced by John's portrayal, dismiss her concerns. This collective reinforcement of John's narrative deepens Maria's confusion and self-doubt, demonstrating the devastating impact of gaslighting by proxy. Smear campaign is manipulation of reputation and public perception. Its attributes are defamation, rumors, character assassination, misdirection. Often use symbols, mud, gossip, broken mirror. A smear campaign is a manipulation technique where the manipulator spreads false or exaggerated information to damage the victim's reputation. This tactic is used to isolate the victim, undermine their credibility, and shift attention away from the manipulator's own actions. When Jane begins to outshine her colleague, Mark, at work, Mark starts spreading rumors that Jane is dishonest and untrustworthy. The rumors damage Jane's reputation, causing her to lose the support of her colleagues. This allows Mark to undermine Jane's success and shift focus away from his own shortcomings, illustrating the destructive nature of a smear campaign. Reinforcement of dependency is manipulation of autonomy and control. Its attributes are need creation, dependency, helplessness, control. Often use symbols, chains, handholding, cage. Reinforcement of dependency is a manipulation technique where the manipulator creates or exaggerates the victim's need for them. This tactic makes the victim feel helpless and unable to function independently, thereby increasing the manipulator's control over them. Emma consistently tells her friend, Rachel, that she wouldn't be able to handle her life without Emma's support. Emma takes over more aspects of Rachel's life, from decision-making to personal tasks, making Rachel increasingly reliant on her. This deepens Rachel's dependency and ensures Emma's control, showcasing the manipulative reinforcement of dependency. False flattery is manipulation of ego and perception. Its attributes are insincere praise, manipulation, ego boost, deception. Often use symbols, mirror, trophy, golden tongue. False flattery is a manipulation technique where the manipulator uses excessive, insincere praise to influence the victim. This tactic is designed to inflate the victim's ego, making them more susceptible to manipulation and more likely to trust the manipulator. A salesperson, Alex, constantly flatters a potential customer, Sam, by praising his taste and intelligence. Sam feels flattered and valued, making him more inclined to buy the product Alex is selling. The false flattery clouds Sam's judgment, leading him to make a purchase he later regrets, illustrating the deceptive power of insincere praise.